Today in this learning session, we'll be talking about the importance of syllabus in preschool years. In our previous session, we talked about why having a structured curriculum is very important for preschool years. And in that, we discussed a very structured curriculum that Educated Kids has developed, and through that it's support to many preschools around India and outside India. And today we'll be talking about the syllabus. Syllabus is basically a structured details of the subject, both in curricular as well as developmental milestones that can be put in these 4 years of preschools, so that we can assure that the desired skills and desired development in the children is achieved. So if we understand details of the structure of preschool curriculum and syllabus, curriculum is a broad guideline. Curriculum is a broad structure under which different skills and curricular things are included. And syllabus talks about what the specific things or specific subjects, specific skills that is included under this broad area, so that everything can be taken care in the preschool years of the child's overall growth. So both curriculum and syllabus, we include these 5 top skills: language and communication skill. Second one is cognitive skill development. Third one is social and emotional skill. Fifth one is movement and physical skill. And finally, the last one is all about the environmental skill. So as we said that last session, we discussed the detailed framework of curriculum. And under this framework, we'll be discussing about the syllabus for all the 4 classes or 4 formative years of child's growth. Now, first one, we'll be discussing about language and communication skill. And in language and communication skill, last time we discussed there are 4 areas of skill that we discussed that those things will be included in the curriculum. Their listening skill, speaking skill, reading skill, and writing skill. And since we are having 4 major years for development in the child under these preschool years, and we call it playgroup, nursery, LKG, UKG. Some of the places people call it pre-nursery, nursery, and KG1 and KG2. So it is all different names people call it. But overall, we are having these 4 years of skill development in the children. And in these 4 years, these 4 soft skills of language and communication skill has to be developed. And accordingly, we design the syllabus. What are the specific things will be included in these 4 years under these 4 soft skills under language and communication skill. So if we look to the listening skill, we start with the attention to the sound. So we do various things. We include various things in the syllabus, so that child will be taken care of attending to various sounds. Child understands sounds, its variation, its difference. So all these things in playgroup. When the child grows a little bit, the child is developing the skill to giving little bit more attention to sounds of various letters. Either it's the regional language, or it is the universal language, which is English. And along with that, various subjects, sound and phonetics is introduced in the nursery class. Then when it comes to LKG, then child listens to make proper meaning of everything. So in this LKG class, when we teach about listening and creating a meaning out of that, that makes a lot of difference to the child's growth in the future years. And when it comes to UKG, more intense listening for extended time, that is included in the syllabus, so that we ensure child spends quite a lot of time in listening, whether it's a story, whether it's other things, but child's patience to hear things in a more patiently is something we try to develop in the syllabus. As far as speaking is concerned, child speaks different sounds and sound of various objects, that is in the playgroup. That kind of syllabus is developed for the playgroup years. And in nursery, child speaks the sound of different letters of either English alphabet, Hindi alphabet, or any regional language alphabets, and so also the speaking the sound of the objects. So here we are talking about the basic understanding. When the listening is very clear about the phonetic sound of any letter, child also speaks accordingly. So there is a synchronization between listening and speaking of that. Then in LKG, child speaks different words in combination for meaning. When child listens for creating a meaning, accordingly child speaks to create a meaning of everything. So it's a kind of direct relationship. If listening skill is very good, very effective, then speaking will automatically be effective. But sometimes what we do, we are not giving importance to improving the listening skill and try to improve the speaking skill of the child, which makes a little bit of disconnection in developing the overall skill. And in UKG, the child speaks in long sentence and in a very, very structured way. So that speaking skill is developed in UKG, and therefore it is included in the syllabus. And when reading skill is concerned, we start with basic picture reading in the playgroup years. So it could be one isolated picture, or it could be a combination of picture in a frame. So it takes care of everything, but basic skill that will be developed in the playgroup and therefore included in the syllabus is basic picture reading. And in nursery, when these letters are introduced, child should be able to read the capital letters of English alphabets, also the basic letters of regional language. Along with that, some picture reading should be there, and therefore it is included in the syllabus. In LKG, what is included in the syllabus, it is alphabet, both capital and small as far as English is concerned, and also multiple picture reading along with these alphabets. That's what is included in the syllabus. And small sentence reading is introduced for UKG syllabus, and lot of small sentence creation and reading is part of the UKG syllabus. As far as writing is concerned, we are having freehand scribbling. We discussed many times, therefore it is becoming a part of the syllabus. We do not introduce any structured syllabus of writing any letters of any alphabet. What we include in the playgroup syllabus as far as writing is concerned, we allow the child to express his or her own feeling based on whatever listening, speaking and reading. Let the child express those things through freehand scribbling. That creates the very basic foundation to develop very structured and meaningful writing in the future years. Different pattern writing is introduced along with the writing, so that child understands to write in a very structured manner, because these letters and alphabets are the combination of various different patterns. If the pattern writing is not structurally introduced in the syllabus, then writing in a better way may not be possible while the child grows up. And in LKG, all the alphabets, at least for 2 language and very easy words, are included in the syllabus for LKG. And in UKG, single syllable words and small sentence are included. So overall, this is what is the syllabus of language and communication skill under the broad framework of these 4 soft skills that is there for these 4 years of preschool. Now moving further, we'll be talking about cognitive skill and what kind of syllabus to be included in the cognitive skills. Now, if you understand and you remember our discussion in curriculum, we talked about 4 skill components, which includes the recitation, identification, count and write, and exploration. That's what 4 soft skills, and therefore we call this curriculum in cognitive skill development as RISE. So it is reciting, identification, count and write, and exploration. So this is our basic structure for our curriculum, and we include various subjects or skills as a part of the syllabus. Under recitation, we include that child must recite up to number 10 in playgroup, because recitation of numbers develop the sequencing, natural sequencing skill of anything. Therefore, number becomes a very integral part of syllabus in the preschool years, so also in the future course of curricular things. Recitation up to number 20 is included in nursery. LKG, we have the number recitation up to 100. So also in UKG, the number up to 200 is included. As far as the identification of the numbers are concerned, then we are having different syllabus for different class in the 4 years of skill development. Identification of number is not expected when the child is in the playgroup, although there are some children who are really very, very sharp and they start identifying numbers very, very strongly. But as a general part of the syllabus, because we are developing the syllabus which will take care of almost all the children in that particular age, therefore this is not expected. When the child is in nursery, we have syllabus that child must identify numbers up to 10. So that's what is minimum requirement. Anything above that is most welcome. But identification, when we talk, the details we'll discuss later, but this is what is included in the syllabus as far as the overall skill development and global requirement is concerned. When the child is in LKG, we feel that the child must identify number of 100, therefore it is included in the syllabus. And when in the UKG, the syllabus includes the identification of number up to 200. When it comes to counting and writing, it is one step for that skill. When we talk about the numbers problem solving skill, when the child is in the playgroup, child must able to count number up to 3. So that's what is included in the syllabus, and no writing is expected except for the freehand scribbling that we have included in the communication skill. When the child is in nursery, we have kept the counting of objects up to 10 and writing numbers by tracing of that particular number, and how the counting and how detailing counting can be taken care of. We'll discuss that in next session, maybe when we'll be talking about the pedagogy of different class and the coverage of this syllabus. Counting of objects up to 50 is what is kept in LKG, and so also writing the numbers by tracing and without tracing, that is the part of curriculum in LKG as far as the counting and writing is concerned. Counting of objects up to 100 and writing the corresponding numbers is included in UKG syllabus. In UKG syllabus also, we introduced counting by 2s and 3s, which will be the very basics of the number tables that is included. Counting and writing should happen simultaneously. When the child counts something and at the same time child can write, that's what is included in the syllabus of UKG. And the last skill in the cognitive skill development is exploration of things. In this exploration, we have kept the big and small. When these comparatives are concerned, child must be understanding those things in the playgroup years. Meaning of one is introduced at the syllabus in the playgroup, and the objects having 3 components, any object, so that child explores up to 3 objects, so that is part of the syllabus in the playgroup. In nursery, we are having the meaning of 1 and 2, then big and small, heavy light, tall and short. So all kinds of very basic comparatives are included, so that child should able to compare between two objects about their quality, about their various attributes. And the picking up right objects with his attribute should also be understood by the child. Therefore, it is included in the syllabus for nursery. Now, in LKG, number sequencing is included in the syllabus, which allows the child to start from any number and try to sequencing the numbers further, either backward or forward. Then writing random numbers when asked for. That's where the identification and simultaneous writing comes into the picture. All other comparatives, when we put two comparatives in nursery class, in LKG class we put little bit start putting little bit more comparatives into perspective. That's why this is included in the syllabus. Then picking right objects by number or by any criteria, that is included in the LKG as far as the exploration is concerned. And in UKG, what we include in the syllabus by the research team, which is suggested by a Diverted Kids team. So also we do support to various schools in this syllabus is less than, equal to, and greater than. These concepts are introduced as a part of the syllabus in UKG. And forward and backward sequencing is also included. Comparatives for more than 3 objects, up to 3, it was included in LKG. And having more than 3 objects and sequencing and ordering those objects by a particular criteria through some comparatives, biggest, bigger, big, small, very small. So various such kind of comparatives are introduced as in the syllabus for UKG. Then we introduce the addition and subtraction in the UKG syllabus. So various techniques including addition and subtraction in a number line, addition and subtraction by adding and deleting objects in a picture. So those things are introduced as the syllabus in the UKG as far as cognitive skill development is concerned. So this is all about the syllabus under our RISE framework of curriculum. I hope this must be very, very clear to all the stakeholders in the preschool years. So we'll move further. Then the third skill is social and emotional skill. And under social and emotional skill, we have talked about 4 skill components, and these are the 4 skill components under IICB, what we define as the framework for curriculum. This is social independence. Mostly we take care of the BSMS, Vineland Social Maturity Scale components under this. Then there is social interaction, social cooperation, and finally it's a problem behavior management. These are the 4 sub skills under the curriculum framework, and accordingly we are having the syllabus for this purpose. Then under social independence, we check and work on 12 checkpoints. Same for all the classes starting from playgroup, nursery, LKG and UKG. But there is a scoring mechanism that is already introduced in the syllabus of Diverted Kids. Because social independence, whatever it is, the child starts intensifying those skills and display the complete independency of various activities that we do to improve our social effectiveness. So these 12 skill checkpoints are there included in the details of our syllabus when we discuss details of pedagogy later. And there is a scoring mechanism also introduced in the syllabus, Diverted Kids syllabus, as the year-end evaluation. When it comes to social interaction, here we introduced 11 skill checkpoints for all the classes from playgroup to nursery, LKG and UKG. But the intensification of having this skill differs from class to class, from year to year, and the details of the syllabus is getting reflected when we discuss about the weekly teaching schedule and further pedagogy of this. And scoring pattern will be different as far as this 11 skill checkpoints are concerned. Then as far as social cooperation as the framework of curriculum under social emotional skill is concerned, we again work on the 11 skill checkpoints to ensure the child's skill development in social cooperation is very, very strong. And here also all the checkpoints will be checked and part of all the years from 2 years to 6 years. But the level of achievement of these skills under the social cooperation will differ from class to class, and that's what we have introduced in our syllabus book. And as far as the scoring mechanism is concerned, for each class we are having a final skill assessment at the end of each class that is also part of the syllabus. And finally, when we talk about the problem behavior, we are having 5 basic areas of problem behavior that we have tried to put it as much as possible in the syllabus books, but also there is also a checklist, a very structured checklist that is provided as a part of our overall support to various schools, and it will be available both in weekly teaching schedule as well as a part of the year-end skill evaluation. We are having a checkpoint for 30 plus skills under this problem behavior, and this problem behavior is included in the syllabus so that we are 100% sure that all the possible problem behaviors are taken care of through a structured process, structured way, while we develop a child through the preschool years. And this will be available to you. Maybe it is already provided to your school, or you may be having this referral document as a part of our support system to this overall support system from Educated Kids. Check it out for the detailed checklist in the support documents. Then we'll move further. We'll be coming to environmental skill. Environmental skill is the fourth skill that we try to develop and prepared a very structured framework of curriculum. And here 4 skills are taken care of, 4 sub skills under this environmental skill is concerned. We call it HPPA skill components, and they are human environment. H first, H is human environment. Second, P is physical environment. Third skill component is another P, which we include all the plant related information and subjects for the child to understand. And finally, the 4th sub skill under this environmental skill is animal world, and we have also included various components for various class. Now let's see what we have included in the syllabus under these 4 sub skills. Now, once it comes to human environment, in the play group we introduce with self-awareness, and the immediate family is included in the syllabus for the play group. In the nursery class, as far as the human environment is concerned, which is taking care of immediate the human being as a group, as a community, those things are taken care of. And in the nursery, we are having more detailed about the self, our friends, then our extended family. That is what is included in nursery syllabus. In LKG, we talked about extended self-awareness, then community outside family. When both these things, immediate family, extended family, it is already covered in playgroup and nursery respectively. We talk about much more about the human as a group, how they define various communities, how they develop as various community. We try to include that into the syllabus. Various festivals where human environment create those various festivals, and being a part of this festival, that's what is included in the syllabus for human environment. Then in UKG, we are having complete self-awareness, extended community, objects of national importance, our country, people, various regional differences in the community of various people, various festivals that is celebrated across the country. So that's what is included under human environment in these 4 classes. As far as physical environment is concerned, in playgroup, child understands absolutely very clearly about the home environment, including various rooms, all these things that is detailed is given all of our syllabus books that we bring for this skill development of the preschool years. Then in nursery, we have included home environment, then immediate social environment like school, garden, etc., where the child is getting exposed to various physical environment, physical objects, physical surrounding around us. Then in LKG, extended home environment, immediate commercial environment, including shops, malls, all these things are included here. So their functions, how they are important to our life, all these things are included into the syllabus. Then extended social environment, when we use or we celebrate various festivals, how they are connected to our physical environment, either it is connected to temple, mosque, any other things that is a part of our daily life, that is included in the LKG syllabus. And in UKG syllabus, we include for the skill development related to the complete understanding of our social and commercial environment. And we also include complete transport system, including the physical environment. For example, if it is land transport, then it also includes stations, bus stands, then other things where the land transport becoming a kind of structured environmental part of human existence. So also if it is water transport, then harbor, port. So this helps as a very structured way of our physical environment. So everything is covered in the syllabus for UKG. Now, as far as the plant world is concerned, we bring basic fruits and vegetables we see daily life. So that introduction happens in playgroup syllabus. More number of fruits and vegetables we introduced. We try to, because when a child grows, the child develops the curiosity to understand additional or n number of fruits and vegetables, and it's coming from different plants. So that is included in nursery syllabus. And in LKG syllabus, we introduce classification of fruits into various categories, classification of vegetables into different categories, flowers we introduce. So it is again extended form of that various plants that are part of our environment. And in UKG syllabus, we introduce detailed categorization of fruits and vegetables, the plant components, plant types. So all kind of details are included in the syllabus as per plant, its fruits, its types of leaf. All these things are included in the UKG syllabus. And as far as the animal world is concerned, we bring very basic animals who are available in our close proximity, so that when the child grows, and maybe that animals and birds are very limited number by the time child is growing to 2 to 3 years of age. That's why very limited number of animals and birds are part of the syllabus. Domestic and wild animals and birds are introduced in the nursery syllabus, so child understand and knows the difference between domestic and wild animals and various categories of animals and birds. In LKG, we introduced all types of animals, their house, their babies, what they eat. So more understanding about animals is introduced in LKG class. And in UKG class, so animal details about what they eat, whether the animal is carnivorous, whether it's herbivorous, their living structure. So detail of their behavioral issues are included in the syllabus for UKG. So if you can see, the environmental skill curriculum is 4 subcomponents. Under this subcomponent, we are having different defined syllabus for each and every class. I'm sure the teachers, parents will find it absolutely easy to understand and to bring those kind of opportunities for our children to gain this kind of knowledge and skill about our environment. Then going further, last skill we talked about is movement and physical skill. Sometimes we call it as motor skills. And motor skills, as we know, it is basic 2 categories. One is gross motor skill, one is fine motor skill. And to include everything, we are having 4 components of skill under this movement and physical skill. We call it DADC framework of skill development, and they are dancing. So dancing is something which is very commonly and frequently done in preschool years. So dancing is the best way to develop these gross motor skills. That's why we kept under our basic framework of curriculum. One is dancing. Second is acting, which is physical act. We learned a lot of things under last 4 skills we discussed, whether it's animal, whether it's a bird, whether it's a human, whether anybody. When the child does various kind of mimicking or various kind of acting, it becomes a very, very best way to develop the gross motor skill. That's why this is also kept under our basic framework of curriculum. So this first DA talks about and deals with the gross motor skills. Then third component, we talked about drawing and tracing. So a lot of things we do, whether it's a drawing or tracing a letter or word or anything. So this takes care of the fine motor skills. And finally, coloring and painting is a part of our overall framework of curriculum, which also takes care of the fine motor skills. Now let's see what we have included under this in our syllabus from playgroup to UKG. As far as dancing is concerned, in playgroup we just introduced single step and any single stepwise action in hand and leg. If it is a one step action, both hand and leg, we ensure child becomes quite proficient in this. We introduce 2 simultaneous steps and action for hand and leg as far as dancing and other things are concerned to develop the gross motor skills. In LKG syllabus, we introduce 3 simultaneously step and action for hand and leg. So overall muscles and joints of the child, when 3 simultaneous steps are done, it improves in a much structured way. And multiple simultaneous step action for hand and leg, dance for full song. So this is what is introduced as syllabus in UKG. So we have something given in the book that we introduced for educated kids supported schools. But apart from that also, those things we put in a very, very structured way in our pedagogy and teaching schedule when we support various schools with our weekly teaching schedules. Then as far as the acting and physical art is concerned, we also have a very structured syllabus for all the classes. Climbing stairs, riding tricycles, imitate family members. So these are the very basic things introduced in the playgroup syllabus. When in nursery class, we are having acting for simple activities, whether it's something regarding our day-to-day life, something about any particular event. So those things are acted so that child also use various parts of body in a different way, so that the gross motor skill is ensured to be achieved. Then walking styles, different walking styles, whether it's running, it's a crawling, it's a simple walking. So those things are part of the nursery syllabus, gross motor skill development. And Simon Says is very, very common game that is being played in many play schools. So we introduced this Simon Says. Under that various activities, we get it done from the child. So it is becoming part of the syllabus. Then acting of different animals, birds, hopping, jumping, Simon says, is done in a very, very regular and structured way in LKG syllabus, so that when the child grows up, child's curiosity to have different kind of action becomes very evident. Then for UKG, we are having acting for extended duration. So duration is very important. Child sustains various activities in a very, very different action and step. That's what is expected. Therefore, it is included in the syllabus. Other complex activities in the as described in the syllabus, that is covered for UKG. As far as the fine motor skill through drawing and tracing is concerned, scribbling without any form, that is part of the syllabus in playgroup. Simple tracing of straight lines and other pattern lines is part of the syllabus in nursery. Tracing and drawing advanced patterns is the syllabus covered in LKG. Drawing complex pictures with different types of tracing patterns, writing words, sentence with tracing. So those things are part of our very basic requirements for fine motor skill development in UKG. And coloring and painting, we have simple scribbling with single thick crayon. So we introduce only scribbling through thick crayon, or sometimes at the latter part of playgroup we introduce pencil. That's what is introduced in the syllabus. Then color big and distinct pictures through crayon, using 2 to 3 types of crayon simultaneously for a picture is expected. That's what is put as the syllabus. We'll discuss details of pedagogy, how these things can be achieved through different techniques. So that we'll discuss maybe in our next session when we discuss about the pedagogy of various things to achieve. Then color small and multiple pictures through crayon and color pencils. So this is a little bit advanced than the nursery class syllabus, and we ensure that child understands different form of coloring and painting solutions available to us, and when different paintings solutions can be used in a particular picture, that is also taken care under LKG syllabus. And in UKG syllabus, we have introduced the color and painting of small components in a picture. So very, very little and minute things in a picture are introduced, so that child understands in a bigger frame of things, bigger schema of things, how small things can be put with a different color without mixing this color, without jumping into the boundary. So those kind of pictures we have introduced in the syllabus, so that child will be having exposure to deal with multiple pictures, multiple colors, small components, small part of the picture with different color without overstepping the boundary of that picture. So overall, these are the syllabus which are covered. It is a very structured attempt to help the parents and teachers, so that the child, while developing the skill, should not get diluted, should not get confused with multiple skills, or we do not know how to manage that skill in a very, very structured way. So these are the syllabus. We have introduced our overall framework of curriculum, which is 5 into 4 skill curriculum. We talked about 20 skills under 5 major skills. So for under all the 20 sub-skills for each class, we have defined the syllabus, how each of the skill will be taken care for each of the classes. That is there very much defined by Ediverate team. So that's all about the syllabus. That's what you are going to get from the Ediverate team when you follow the curriculum and syllabus of Ediverate. And thank you so much for your presence hearing. I'm 100% sure we'll be getting lots of benefit out of this structured curriculum and syllabus, which will not only help us to do our engagement with the child, at the same time child will also be getting a very structured way of skill development plans. So here we are stopping and closing this session. And next session we'll be talking about the importance of pedagogy in preschool years. So pedagogy is the technique how we'll be arriving when the syllabus is given, how we'll ensure this syllabus is taken care of effectively through some technique for different years in the preschools. So those things are very, very important. And in our next session, we'll be talking about the details of the pedagogy which can be used to ensure the syllabus is completed with utmost effective way. So thank you very much. And all the supporting documents regarding the syllabus will be available to you as a support from Antivirus Kids. Check out for all the support documents, and we'll be meeting in our next session with this pedagogical support in the preschool years. Up to that, thank you so much, and looking forward to talking to you once again.